Nakalimutan ko na naman. Okay, so thank you. So yan, recording na siya. Alright, so here's a scenario. Okay, so if you get 75 grade and above, then I will pass you on the course. So kapag ganon, true yung dalawa, so walang problema. Okay, papasa at ipapasa kita. So true. Pero, let's say, nakapasa ka, you get 75 and above as your total grade, but I failed you. Okay? So, parang hindi na ako tumupad sa usapan kasi ang condition, dapat, pag nakapasa ka, dapat ipapasa rin kita. Tama? So, as a result, this one is a false statement already because I didn't comply. Okay? I didn't meet or I didn't do myself as an instructor to pass you in my subject. But if you failed, let's say you've got 74 and below as your grade, and I still pass you, okay? Tumupad pa rin ako sa usapan, pinas pa rin kita kahit bagsak ka. The statement is still true. Okay? Kasi sa inyo, sa part nyo, okay lang yon. Bagsak ka pero ipapasa kita, okay lang. So okay lang din sa akin kasi, for example, there are some cases that the students are really having a hard time to, to learn something. Pero ginagawa niya naman yung best niya. Nakikita ko naman, nagpa-participate naman siya, nagtatanong naman siya ng mga questions, like talagang pinapakita niya interesado naman siya matuto. So yeah, why not? So ipapasa ko to, let's say 74 point something yung nakuha niya, 74.5 or 74.4. Mabitin man, pero pwede siyang ipasa. Okay, so may mga factor tayo nun. So still, the statement is true. Pero kapag let's say bagsak ka, tapos binagsak kita, so okay lang. Kasi bagsak ka nga eh. Okay? So the statement is still true. Okay? So ang pinaka gizmo dito, para malaman mo kung true or false yung sagot, kapag true na yung condition, okay, or yung hypothesis, dapat true na rin yung conclusion para magkaroon ka ng true na result. Okay? And then kapag false naman yung hypothesis, and then actually, pag false na yung hypothesis, either of those two. Pwedeng maging true yung conclusion, pwede rin maging false yung conclusion, true pa rin yun. Okay. Kapag false yung hypothesis. Pero kapag true, dapat true din siya. Kasi kapag false yung conclusion, like this one, the entire statement is already false. Alright? So, I hope na-gets yung logic kung bakit ganito yung conditional truth table natin. So, did you guys get it so far or medyo magulo yung example ko?
Okay lang, sir.
Okay lang for Mr. Maswela. How about the others?
Sir,
Medyo
gets naman.
Gets
Okay.
naman.
Sir, okay lang po. That's rin, sir.
Okay, sige. So, wala tayong magic dito. Ganon yung logic kung bakit ito yung mga truth tables natin. Okay, so again, for P, it's the hypothesis or the antecedent or the premise. So, maraming pwedeng itawag. And then for Q, that's our conclusion or the consequent or the consequence. Okay? Or you can just simply use this one. Okay? Pero hindi kasi siya ganun ka-reliable pagdating sa formulate ng mga examples logically. So yes, pwede mo tong gamitin para ma-formulate or para makuha mo tong mga results. Pero mas maganda kapag binabasa mo siya, hindi mo na kailangan gamitin itong formula na to. Kasi additional requirements lang to para i-memorize itong formula na to. Para wala na kayong problema para i-memorize yung entire truth table ng conditional natin. Okay. So mas madali kapag nag-gets nyo na yung logic, alam nyo na kagad yung magiging result. Pero kung hindi mo na-gets yung explanation ko kanina, so why not? You can memorize this one instead for you to have this truth table. So you can derive this formula to this. Para makuha mo yung itong mga values. Okay, so again, P conditional Q is false when P is true and Q is false, just like this one. And then you can read this one as if P then Q, P implies Q, P only if Q, P therefore Q, and so on and so forth. So again, para hindi kayo masyadong malito, you can disregard those three. Okay, so we read this one as if P then Q. Ganun na lang kagad. Okay, wala nang P implies Q, P only Q, and so on and so forth. So, para uniform tayo, ito na yung gagamitin natin. If P, then Q. Okay? So, yeah. So, let's have an exercise for this conditional. So, let's take each proposition in the form of conditional proposition. So, we have the example letter A. Mary will gain weight if she ate a lot of ice cream. So, this is our original statement. So, we have here the first answer. If Mary ate a lot of ice cream, then she will gain weight. Okay? This is our first conditional statement. Then, actually, pwede mo siyang baliktarin, wherein we call that one converse of the conditional. Okay? So, if Mary gained weight, then she ate a lot of ice cream. So, either of those two, okay lang. Tama silang dalawa. Okay? So, these are the ways on how to transform this statement into a conditional statement. Okay? How about letter B? So, do we have volunteers? So, sasagutan mo siya gamit tong dalawa. So, first, you form a conditional statement and then you converse that conditional statement. Okay? So, do we have a volunteer who wants to answer letter B?
Ako na, sir.
Okay, sige. Ikaw na, Miss Kalika.
If you sing, then my ears will hurt.
How about the converse?
Ay, dalawa ba, sir?
Idalawahin na natin para kompleto. Yung converse na una mong sagot.
Sir, pwedeng ibahin ba yung, yung sentence mismo? Parang yung
Okay
ibang
lang.
word niya.
Okay lang. As long as nandun yung if and then natin, yung conditional.
Wala akong sagot dun sa pangalawa, sir.
Sige, yung sagot mo di ba kanina, if you sing, then my ears will get hurt. Kung kukompletohin natin as a correct grammatical sentence. And then, kapag babaliktarin mo yon, unahin mo lang yung, kunyari, yung hypothesis mo magiging conclusion, yung conclusion mo magiging hypothesis. Ganun lang naman eh. Okay? So, the converse of that statement is, if my ears hurt, then you sang. Okay? Ibig sabihin, kumanta ka. Diba? So, pinaliktad ko lang. Well, anyway, hindi naman ako magre-require ng dalawang sagot. So, isa lang. So, one is enough. Okay? How about letter C? Anyone? So, thank you for that one, Miss Kalika. Miss Joey. Kasi, ano bang mas prefer mo, Joey?
Yes, sir.
Joey na lang. So, thank you very much, Miss Joey. Meron pa ba volunteers or tatawag na lang ako? Okay, Miss Chelsea. Could you please answer letter C?
Sir, if Ralph goes to Disneyland, then he visits California.
How about the converse?
Wait lang. If Ralph visits California, then he goes to Disneyland.
So, yeah, tama. Okay, so ganun lang naman kasimple or kadali. Okay? Right, so moving on, we have more examples of conditional here. So, ako nasasagot kasi medyo matagal kapag tumatawag ako. So, we have let P as 1 is greater than 2 or another statement is Q, 4 is less than 8. So, what is P conditional Q? So, again, babasahin ko lang yung P. Pero bago yun, since nakita ko yung symbol ng conditional, so maglalagay na kagad ako ng if bago yung P. So, if 1 is greater than 2, then 4 is less than 8. Okay? Letter B. So, pinagbaliktad lang, Q na yung nauna and then P naman na yung nasa ulihan. So again, if 4 is less than 8, then 1 is greater than 2. Okay? So, ganun lang naman siya kasimple. So, we have, more examples. Okay, so we have more examples here. Ako na lang din sasagot. Ika lang, pero parang assume, so meron na assumption ng true, false, and then true. Okay, so yes, ako na lang talaga sasagot kasi mas mahirapan kayo kapag ipapaliwanag nyo pa. I think nakakapag-drawing kayo pero nakakapag-drawing kayo sa screen pero ako na lang magdo-drawing or tayo na lang. Sabay-sabay na lang tayo. So, gamit lang ako ng snipping. Lipat natin ito lahat. Sagutan natin gamit tong visual board na paint. Okay? So, again, we will evaluate what is the result of this one. So, meron tayong hint dito kung ano yung magiging result ng first two statements natin and then yung result para hindi na kayo masyadong malito. So, meron na tayong mga initial values or yung mga values talaga ng mga variables natin wherein P is true, Q is false, and then R is true. Okay, so for P, this one is, where is my pen? So P is true, okay, and Q is false. Then close and open parenthesis, conditional R is true. Okay, and then the result. Okay, so eto muna tayo. So T and F. So anong result nito? T and F, true and false?
False.
False.
So this one is
False.
false. Okay, so
False.
cross out ko na to. So natitira na lang is tong false, conditional to. Medyo mahirap mag-drawing gamit ang mouse. False, conditional, true. So what is the result?
True.
True.
Okay. Ito yung pinakamadali yung i-memorize. Kapag false na, sa condition pala, kapag false na yung hypothesis natin, true na kaagad yung result. No matter what is the value of our conclusion. So, pwedeng true, pwedeng false, true pa rin yun. Okay? How about letter B? B is true. And then, or Q is false. So, true or false. Conditional, negated, R is true. Okay? So, dito muna tayo sa close and open parenthesis. So, true or false? What is the result of this one?
True.
True.
True. Okay, so
True.
cross out ko na to. This part is true. So, true, conditional, not true,
False.
false. Okay, because this one will become false. Okay. Because in here, in our truth table, we have true and then followed by false. That one is false. Okay, how about the last one? The third one. So P is true, and then end, and then close and open parenthesis. So Q is false. Conditional R, which is true. So again, ito muna tayo. Itong nasa close and open parenthesis. So false, conditional, true.
True.
One is true. Again, kapag conditional, kapag false na yung hypothesis, true na kaagad yung result na. And then true and true.
True.
Okay, very good. So P, true. And then conditional, Q is false, and then conditional, true. So false, conditional, true.
True.
So true, conditional, true is equal to
True.
alright, so ganun lang naman kasimple. So mahirap lang to kapag medyo mahaba-haba yung expression. But if it's just 3 statements, then super easy. Okay, so yun yung mga sagot natin dito sa A, B, C, and D. Okay, exercise. Ayun, so yan, sa pagkakaalala ko, kasama rin to sa canvas na binigay ko. Okay, so I'll leave this one to you guys. Number 1 and number 2. Okay, so we have 3 statements and then the question is translate the following statement into symbol of formal logic. Okay, so ito na yung readable statement natin. So all you need to do is convert this one into symbolic or symbol statement. Same with number 2. Okay? So if we have conditional, we also have exclusive or. Okay? So ito yung parang partner ni or, pero meron siyang condition. Okay? Dito, kung papansin ninyo, note, P, X, or Q is true if and only if P and Q are different values. So ito, kapag narinig nyo yung exclusive or, dapat magkaiba yung values ng mga statements na. Ganun lang. Kapag magkaiba, then ibig sabihin, true na yung magiging result. Kapag parehas, true, true, or false, false, false na yung mga result na. So kagaya nito, so meron tayong true, true, which is the same. This one is false. But if we have true and false, so magkaiba, true, X, or false, so true na yung magiging result. Same with this one. False, X, or true, true din yung magiging result. And then, ito na naman, magkaparehas naman. So false, X, or false, so false din yung magiging result. So I guess wala kang magiging problema dito. Sobrang straightforward naman nung note natin na dapat magkaiba yung value ng P at Q. Okay, so it can be read as P exclusive or PX or Q. Okay. So ito yung formula kung paano tayo nag-come up with those results. Okay. So let's have an example for XOR. So consider the following values. So P is true, Q is true, and then R is false. So number 1. So P, X, or Q. Is this true or false?
True, sir.
P, Q. True?
False.
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 Saan na yung
False,
aking...
sir.
False.
So number
False.
1 is false. Okay? Oops. Never mind. Ano ba to? Ang hirap mag-drawing sa PDF. Anyway, number 1 is false. Okay? Number 2.
True.
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 Number 2 is true kasi meron tayong true at saka false at the same time. How about number 3?
True.
True.
True din. Okay. Q.
True.
True and false. Okay. Number 4.
False.
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 Magkaparehas. 5.
False.
False.
Okay. Very good. So, ito na yung complete opposite ng XOR natin. Okay. So, biconditional. So, sa XOR, dapat magkaiba. Dito naman, dapat magkaparehas. Okay. So, for P biconditional true to be true, P and Q must have the same root values. Okay. Else, P biconditional Q is false. Okay. So, I guess no need to explain this one. So, as long as magkaparehas yung two variables or two statements, that one is already true. So, true, true, true. False, false, true. And then kapag magkaiba, so false. Okay? So, may question tayo dito actually. So, which operator is the opposite of biconditional? Of course, that one is XOR, okay, or exclusive OR. And then, other term for biconditional is bidirectional. Okay, so parehas lang sila. And then, this biconditional or bidirectional can be read as P if and only if Q, P is equivalent to Q, P is necessary and sufficient for Q. So, again, you can disregard those two para maiwasan yung confusion. So you can just read that one as P if and only if. Okay. So here's the formula on how we've come up with these truth values. Okay. Or kapag i-expand mo to, actually mayroong explanation dito kung paano siya na-expand into this one. Okay. Using laws of logic. Pero sa part 2 na yun. So maybe next meeting yun kapag natapos natin tong part 1 sa ngayon. Okay. So let's have some examples. We are examples of biconditional. So statement 1 is less than 5 if and only if 2 is less than 8. So this one can be written as, so kunin nyo lang tong first statement as your P and then second statement as your Q. Okay? And then tong if and only if is of course the if and only if. Ito, tong saan yung symbol na yun? Ito. Okay? So, arrow papunta sa right, arrow papunta sa left. Alright? Thus, P biconditional. Okay? So, let's have another example. So, sample problem number 1. State the following symbols into proposition statements. So we have three statements here. We have S, Phyllis goes out for a walk. And then T, the moon is out. And then U, it is snowing. Okay. So number one, we have this one. P and negation, negated U. And then conditional S. So could you please answer this one into readable propositional statements? Mr. Kirkpatrick. Mr. Patrick, are you there?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Okay, sige. Wait ka namin. Number one.
If the moon is out and it is not snowing, Phyllis goes out for a walk.
Oh, para may kulang. Ulitin mo.
If the moon is out and it is not snowing, then Phyllis goes out for a walk.
Kasi kanina yung first, parang wala akong narinig na then. So yeah, that's correct. So if the moon is out and it is not snowing, then Phyllis goes out for a walk. Okay. How about number two? Who wants to volunteer to answer number two? All right, so I guess none. So Mr. Awas, would you please answer number two?
If the moon is out, then it is not snowing. Then Phyllis goes out for a walk.
So yeah, pwede ko rin consider yon. So since wala naman tayo sa English subject, so pwedeng acceptable na yung sagot mo. Okay, or pwedeng ganito. If the moon is out and if it is not snowing, then Phyllis goes out for a walk. So pwedeng mag-if and then if ka muna dito bago ka mag-then sa ulian. Okay. Or pwede rin naman yung ginawa mo kanina, nag-if ka na tapos may then, it is not snowing, and then may if ulit dito sa unahan dito tapos then ulit. Okay lang din naman. Okay? So the important part is you were able to express it into a readable propositional statements. Okay? So we have another example here wherein P, there is a water in cylinders. Q, the head gasket is blown. And then the third one is R, the car will start. So question. So translate the following statements into symbols. Okay? If the head gasket is blown and there's water in the cylinders, then the car won't start. So would you please answer this one? Mr. Sino pa ba hindi ko natawag? Mr. Labsan.
Sir, yung sulat ko ba or sabihin ko na lang yung letters?
Sabihin mo na yung letters kung pwede naman. Pero isusulat ko na lang para sa kanila.
Okay. Open parentheses.
And then,
Q. Q.
Q. And then,
Up arrow. Yung end na symbol ko. Q. E.
ano yan? Tilde?
T, sir.
Tilde. Okay, so wala akong tilde. Yan na lang. Ito pala, may tilde. Tilde ba to? Yeah, tilde. Yan. And then, wala akong marinig. Sasalita ka ba, Mr. Labsan? Alright, so nawala yata si Mr. Labsan. I don't know, maybe he's speaking pero wala akong naririnig. Are you still there, Mr. Labsan? Oh, nawala. Naglaho siya. Okay, anyway. So ako na lang magtutuloy ng sagot niyo or merong gusto magtuloy sa inyo? Alright, so wala. Anyway, sige, ako na lang. So tama naman na to. And then followed by, and there's water in the cylinders. If the head
So,
gas
hindi ba
flow...
true yung
Ano yan?
true yung statement ni Kiki? Hindi kailangan ng math.
Oo, tama. Wala palang tilde. Okay. So, there is water in the cylinder. So, true naman to. So, true din to. Then, the car won't start. So, gagamit na tayo dito ng conditional simple. And then, the car won't start. So, dito, true siya. And then, dito naging false. So, kailangan natin gumamit ng tilde. Alright. Yan. Tama?
Yes, sir.
Okay. So, pag merong ibang may sagot dyan na hindi ka parehas nito, so try to double check. Kasi ito yung tamang sagot. Okay. So, translate into English. Anyone? So, meron tayong R, conditional, negated, Q, or P. Sino pa ba ang hindi ko natawag? Mr. Raymond Aramin. Could you please translate this one into readable statement, just like this one?
Sir, if the car will start, is not the head gasket is blown, or there is water in the cylinders.
Okay. So, pwede man na yan. Acceptable na rin naman. Pero kung mas gusto mo ng mas tama na sentence, so pwede mong gamitin yung word na it is not the case that. Okay? Kasi kagaya na ito, hindi siya advisable na gumamit ng not lang kaagad. Okay? So, ulitin ko lang, the car will start. If the car will start, then it is not the case that the head gasket is blown or there is water in the cylinders. Okay? So, ganun lang naman siya. Simpleng sagutan. So, you can use is not, or it is not the case that. Okay? So, any questions so far?
None,
Sir.
sir.
None, sir.
So, we still have 3 minutes. So, try nating tapusin tong sample problem number 3. Okay, so construct the truth table for the expression. So, P and not Q or Q. So, we already have a hint here. So, again, kapag meron kayong i-build or magko-construct kayo ng truth table, kunin nyo muna lahat ng possible combinations or possible results. Wherein, in here, P and Q, so meron lang tayong 4 possible combinations. We have true, 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 false, false, true, and then false, false. Okay? And then, kung papansin niyo dito, meron na tayong answered na not Q. Okay? So, meron ng pinuhang value ng not Q. So, madali lang to actually. So, tignan nyo lang tong Q, column Q. So, inenegate nyo lang siya. So, if it's true, it will become false. If it's false, it will become true. True will become false. False will become true. Okay? And then, the next thing that you need to know is this one. Itong P and not Q. So, from here, you could only focus on the first and then third column. Okay? So, idugtong nyo lang yung connectives na end. So, true and false, true and true, false and false, and then false and true. So, once na nakuha mo na yung result, ganito yung magiging next na column mo. So, P and not Q. So, again, focus lang kayo sa first and third column natin. So, true and false is false. True and true is true. False and false is false. And then false and true is false. So again, in and or in conjunction, if there is already one false in entire statement, the entire statement as a result will become false already. So for you to have a result of true statement or true result, you should have true or dapat lahat true. Okay, it's like this one. And then next one is yung kabuuan na kaagad. Okay? Kasi nakuha na natin yung P and not Q, yung or Q na lang yung hindi pa. So again, pwede na lang kayo mag-focus dito sa P and not Q at saka sa Q natin. Kasi yun na yung pinaka-last na requirement. So idagdag lang natin yung or dito. So Q or P and not Q. So true or false is true. False or true is true. True or false is true. And then false or false is false. Okay? So that's how we've got this truth table of this expression. Okay? So if you're quite confused, so pwede mong balikan or ano ba? Rewatch mo na lang siguro, okay? Kasi wala nang ibang explanation. Maliban na lang kung manonood ka sa YouTube, okay? Kung mas clear yung nasa YouTube, then why not? Okay lang. As long as you've learned on how to paano tawag dito? Solve or on how to derive these results. Okay? Or how to come up with those results. Anyway, so itutuloy natin yung problem number 4 mamaya since we now only have 20 seconds, I guess. So